It's the platform credited with swaying the 2016 US election and Brexit. And now it's in the hands of this guy.
I am not evil, I just misunderstood.
After agreeing to buy Twitter for 44 billion US, then backing out, then getting sued and being ordered by a judge to buy it anyway, erratic billionaire Elon Musk is now
Chief Twit.
Musk began by firing both the CEO and the CFO, but has denied reports he's planning to lay off 75% of the company's workforce. His takeover, cheered by those who believe Twitter is over-regulated. And like a musician facing a crowd of Lynyrd Skynyrd fans, he's giving them what they want.
The bird is now free.
But what exactly does that freedom look like? Already users have reported a sharp spike in misogyny and transphobia. And one analytics group saw a 500% rise in the use of the N-word in the first 12 hours of Musk's reign.
I don't know what the site's going to look like. Obviously, day one is not pretty.
But Musk's vision for a free speech utopia faces a rocky road, as European Union officials were quick to point out.
In Europe, the bird will fly by our EU rules.
The EU has very strict digital rules on hate speech. Australia is getting there. So he'll be responsible if we can show that he's dismantled the infrastructure within his company to moderate that kind of speech.
It's a tricky investment. Twitter is hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, and it's reported Musk paid twice what it's worth. So he's looking for ways to invigorate it. One idea, splitting Twitter into two strands, with the second in the style of a video game, where verified accounts can take part in organised biffo.
I think Elon Musk is just spitballing at the moment with these ideas of streaming, you know, this sort of adults-only version where it's player versus player online Hunger Games thing. And I'm not sure anyone would actually enjoy that experience. Maybe a few of the crazies, but most of us not so much.
People are so mean online.
Which brings us to former Twitter addict and occasional president Donald Trump, who was banned after the January 6 riots. And Musk won't make a call until the formation of a content moderation council.
I think Elon Musk will let Trump back onto Twitter because he said he's going to, and he sort of has to, but maybe with a caveat that, you know, one strike more and you're out.
So, is the site already notorious for its toxic culture about to get worse? And should Elon's fans be careful what they wish for?
What'd you say? Really?
I'm so fascinated by this story because I just am like, why are you doing this? You know, I can't work it out because it is a company that is really in debt. Also, we're in the stage where we've all decided social media needs more control around it, and that is the sort of general consensus. It certainly is if you are a business that relies on advertising, which Twitter does. 89% of its revenue comes from advertising, and advertisers don't want to be anywhere near the cesspit that social media can become. And there's a real risk here that Elon's going to step it back to kind of even worse than it was before. His idea of separating it into strands, this player versus player mode where you can basically, you know, devolve into whatever kind of crap you want. Then another mode where you can be anonymous and it's not necessarily moderated or regulated. Like, I don't understand how that can work in an environment where you need to make money as a business, because advertisers won't touch that.
And any idea that it's currently over-regulated is crazy. It's already a cesspit.
Yeah, and they can't bring Trump back on. Can they? Please, can you imagine? I mean, he can, yeah.
He wants, yeah.
But it seems like a billionaire that goes and goes, I've got all this money, I want to do something funny. How amusing would it be to bring Trump back on without any real understanding or kind of consideration of the implications of those kind of actions?
Well, I think he must have had a very quick look at the books as soon as he arrived, because his first messages were to advertisers.
Yes.
Because he's realised he needs that money bad.
Yeah.
But isn't it funny how they talk about this as a freedom of speech situation, how there's this sort of utopia we can idealise where everyone can have these intelligent debates about things, but then you look at actually what it means and it's like, you know, a 500%, you know, increase in racial slurs.
Yes.
Like, it's always like freedom of speech, and then what it ends up being is just like insults and transphobia.
Yes.
Like, it's
a cesspit.
Yeah, a cesspit.